Holistic connection. Let's heal. Holistic connection. Let's learn. Holistic connection. Let's grow. Holistic connection. Let's be real.
This is PamelaTopjian, your host for Holistic Connections, Conversations with Holistic Practitioners. And I want to ask my guest here to please introduce yourself and share what you do in the holistic healing world.
I'm so glad to be here, Pamela. My name is Santjes Oomen. I'm originally from the Netherlands. At this moment, I'm in Massachusetts, in Hingham, south of Boston, and I also work on Nantucket Island, where I spent many, many years practicing holistic health and creating art. And it was an adventure sailing that brought me to the United States, from which I learned that I follow the energy. When there is a spark, something that charged me, and I have followed it, and I learned that this is the way of the heart. That I live according to what sparks my heart, and that is also why I make art, right? Because it is the way that I translate between the worlds, how I notice that I need a lot of time by myself so that I can hear the world that wants translation, and I do that through sculpture, through painting, through a lot of dreaming. And through the dreaming practice, I've learned that I have a kinesthetic memory. Basically, my body remembers my dreams.
Yeah.
So that is also the gift, I guess, to be able to remember and go into the studio and then pull out the gallery that lives inside my body and then create. And this gift, I think, is also translate through when I started to do also healing work, basically touching people.
Yeah.
Bringing them closer to themselves, moving blockages to remind them of themselves, right?
Yeah.
I don't like to call myself a healer because I feel like if you come to me and you ask me for healing work, I feel like you are broken and I need to fix you. And as a holistic health practitioner, I really believe that you are already whole. It's just that something covered it up, or some parts of you were forgotten or were blocked.
Yeah.
And this process, there's many ways to look at it. You can do it hands-on. You can do it in the group where we witness each other. And there's also this whole beautiful presence that we have as beings, that we can start to notice that we're part of something larger. And this larger is known as, the morphic field or the knowing field or your ancestral field. So all of this I now use in my work between arts and healing.
That's so amazing.
And it is very simple, really, because arts and healing for me are not separate.
Right,
it's all about expression, right? And if my inner being get expressed and shared and witnessed and cultivated, then I can live optimally. Of course, these are very luxurious words to use if I'm supported and if there's nothing in the way. But oftentimes there are things in the way.
Sure,
right?
sure.
And I think that is what I do in my work. I help to bring flow to other people's spirit and expression and health and breath, just the way I do it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So you have so many different services and offerings and different ways that you help people through their healing journey or their self-discovery journey or even their spiritual journey. So out of everything that you have to offer, what do you feel like is the most misunderstood, or you get the most misconceptions or questions about that people don't seem to really understand what it is or what it entails?
Well, over the years, and this is many decades, I've been available for one-to-one attention. And it's lovely, But I think that we can learn so much from working in groups.
Ah,
And
yeah.
I'm not saying that it is misunderstood, but I think that especially now, a lot of people are just shy. And especially on an island where I worked, the Nantucket Island, oftentimes the group work is like, oh, I don't want everybody to know how I feel or how, right? So there's a
Yeah.
shyness on sharing their hearts.
Yeah.
And that same shyness can be so empowering. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that is what is misunderstood. I rather do the comfort. I have all your attention, right? If
Mm-hmm.
they come to me one-on-one
Yeah.
versus the whole group, then there's so much more available to us. And there's, I think, especially since the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
people are more timid to come
Right.
out, right? To come out and to be vulnerable and to, yeah, to stretch, to be, because
Right.
oftentimes the stretching that happens is uncomfortable.
Yeah. And to
And
open up and yeah.
yes, and that we will not learn if we are
Mm-hmm.
not willing to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's like that closed bud of a flower. Yeah, it
Yes.
needs to open. It needs to let itself be vulnerable and open up. Yeah. Yeah. To
Yes.
have its true expression of itself for sure.
And also, I'm trained in shamanism, many shamanic practices, and
Yeah.
the whole constellation work,
Mm-hmm.
ancestral healing work, or alchemical constellation work is working between the worlds, right? We're
Mm-hmm.
working, understanding that we're energetic beings living in a physical body, and our energy is part of something larger. We're all part of systems.
Yeah.
And for that to really understand for people that you are not alone, you don't do it
Right.
alone, right? And if we just acknowledge how we are informed by this larger and learn to cultivate our bodies as instruments
Mm-hmm.
to tune into this larger, then we can also find the gifts, the blockage, all the information that our ancestors brought into us.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a practice. And I think that is
Yeah.
for a lot of people that tuning into that instrument that we are in many ways, so rich, so full, as a practice towards wholeness,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what I feel like that is my specialty, to learn the ways to practice wholeness. And
Yeah.
I think that is for a lot of people misunderstood, because we are so used to thinking it comes outside of me. I'm not
Right.
feeling well. Can you fix me? Can you give me this? Can you do
Right.
that for me? Versus really believing the trust that we are the universe. We
Mm-hmm.
are it. We are it. And
Right.
I will help you to remember what that it is, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So how do you decide how you're going to work with somebody? Does somebody come to you and say, I would like this type of service or offering, or do they talk to you about what's going on with them that they feel need helping with or what their goals are? And then together you guys kind of decide, what are we going to do? What are the services or the methods or modalities that I'm going to use since you have so many different things that you
yeah, so
have to offer?
I run two private practices
Okay.
where people can come one to one, and it's interesting that most of that work is word of mouth. So
Ah,
people will come for a variety of reasons, but somebody told them, and
yeah.
it is often for my hands,
Yeah.
for my uh, people call me magical, because
Mm-hmm.
there's something that they feel that's so totally taken care of when they come, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's hands-on, but I also use energy work and
Mhm.
also sound and advice. I listen, and oftentimes also when I am, so intimate with people, I see things, I hear things, and I
Mhm.
share with them. So it's acknowledgement. There is the people feel acknowledged, are feeling
Yeah.
held in many ways, right? That could be because their son just died, or
Hmm.
their wife has dementia, or could be many different things.
Yeah.
And then I offer the WellWork rituals on the wheel of life. So I love that so much, with the idea that there is a well, a source. And it all started with my symbol. You know, this is the symbol where all my healing work started. And out of this symbol grew the group work, WellWork rituals on the wheel of life. So the well got wings, you know.
So
But
if for people who are listening, come to YouTube. Come to YouTube
come
so
to
you can see
YouTube.
it.
It's a blue circle with a white dot in the middle. And
Yes.
on my sailing days, this is me in the middle, right? When it is us in the middle of source, right?
Yeah.
But I could talk about symbology for a long time, because
Oh my goodness, there's so much.
I work with this as a language of the soul, right?
Yeah.
And the WellWork rituals uses the wheel of the four directions, right, as a navigational structure, as a map, which is used in many shamanic traditions. And we also use 81 images that I painted as resources, as helpers. Here's one, which is on top of my pile. It's called Take Flight.
Yeah.
And it's a very playful practice, and I would like it to be playful because it's a really beautiful way to connect to all parts of us. Oftentimes, therapies are so structured, you know.
Unlike art and creativity.
Yes,
Yeah,
and you know what I've developed is the 9 ways around the well, but this is part of the curriculum, and it's called the 9 ways of the well, a practice towards wholeness. And in this practice, I really believe that you have everything available within you, as I said earlier, but you need to cultivate it, right? You need to wake it up. And in the first way of the 9 ways is the intention, which is also connected to meditation and invocations. You know, the being able to send blessings.
Yeah.
And it is often the way I use it for myself. I'm always in dialogue with the universe. The universe is in dialogue with me. So that is also, then we see how it's all reciprocal.
Yeah.
It's and then I don't know, shall I go through the 9 ways?
Go ahead. Go
is
through
that
them.
good? So the 9 ways, and this is done, we practice in groups. And the first way is this invocation. The second way is to acknowledge that miracle body that you live in, and what a temple it is, and how we often are not connected enough to this miracle. It is that home that supports you in so many ways.
Yeah.
And then the third way of the 9 ways is movement, how you unlock wisdom in the body through moving it.
Yeah.
And then the movement or the wisdom comes in connection to your breath. Then you become available to the larger through your breath. And the breath then turns into your song, is an audible breath. And the song is amazing. When I learned about the song that resonates with my soul,
Yeah.
I am so totally free when I sing that song.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe that we all have a song. We all have a resonance. We all have that unique song. And when you find it, you cannot forget.
Yeah.
Right?
It reminds me of like transcendental meditation, where you get a mantra from a teacher.
That resonates just with you. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the song, we turn it into our story, our myth. What is the essence of you? Right? And then it's also really beautiful to know your essence, right? That spice that is so you. And then from the stories, we move them into, or we create them outside of us, like we give them expression. That is then the art, or the dream that turns into a form.
I love that.
That you can share with the world. And then the 8th way, that was the 7th way. The 8th way, the way of the ritual. So we always do rituals to integrate our experiences. And then the 9th way, the last way, is the living in ceremony, so that you know that you always, what we call, walk in beauty.
Yeah.
And that in itself, we can talk a whole podcast about what that means to walk
Yeah.
in beauty, what that means.
Yeah, there's so much that, we've talked about maybe having you on a separate time to focus in one area because there's just so much. But people can learn more about all of this, the WellWork rituals and wellwork.info, right? That people can learn about
Yes,
more about
yes,
this. And
yes.
do you want to mention your own website and if you have socials or where people, the best place for people to reach out to you?
Yes, so santjesoomen.com is my individual
Mm-hmm.
website, and then the WellWork Rituals. And then there's actually one more project that I would like to mention, and
Yeah.
maybe another time we can talk about that more in length.
Delve deeper. Yeah.
Because, in the WellWork Rituals, there was a period last year that a lot of young people showed up, young, especially men. And there was so much curiosity and the need to come together and stay and
Yeah.
eat soup and ask questions and share stories. And
Yeah.
then I realized what I offer
Soup.
is just is not enough, right? The well
Yeah.
work was not enough, the weekly or the monthly offerings. And then I had this vision that that generation, that population between 18 and 26 is so interested and curious and perhaps hungry
Yeah.
for the natural connections.
Yeah. I would
And
agree with that for sure. Yeah.
and so like the 9 ways of the well is now the inner part of the curriculum that we created for this program. This nonprofit organization is called the Creative Warrior Collective.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
our mission statement is we are a holistic educational program empowering young hearts to reconnect, remember, and create as a community of earth keepers. And
Nice.
it is so wonderful going back to the symbol of the well with the wings.
Mm-hmm.
And also, oh, sorry, talking about wings.
Yeah.
You know how this
Love it. Love it.
how the four directions are also here,
Mm-hmm.
but how this well created so much. When I work the well works me.
Yeah.
So through doing this work, I got so much insight, and so many rivers grew out of this well and came back into it. And the Creative Warrior Collective is part of that.
Yeah.
And so now it's not just so was my individual work, right?
Right. Right.
And that grew into the group work, right?
Yeah.
And the group work crawled into the more global organizational work. This is, I believe, where all my work comes together.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. And
Yes.
that's all on your website as well.
Yeah, we are
So,
creating now a new website for the Creative Warriors, but yes. And
okay. And that was going to be my next question. Is there a website for that yet? Okay.
yeah, so that's creativewarriorcollective.org.
Okay. .org.
Yes.
So we can put that
Yes.
website. We'll put all the links below.
Yes. What I like about the idea of, the Creative Warrior Collective, it's a 12 months, 12 weekends, 12 participants in a group, 12 facilitators, 12 different topics that we go through the year. And the 9 ways of the well will be part of each weekend, right? But I can so see, Pamela, that this is a wheel, like many of the other things I create. It's all wheel, right? It's all
Yeah.
wheels that they will be implemented in different places in the world. When we're creating now a structure that if you are interested in using it in your community or in Alaska, or there's a group in Spain right now. So, and it's not me. This is the us project. This is the we. And it's very exciting to work with we,
Yeah.
especially when you know that earlier I said you never do anything alone, even though you might feel that you're so alone and you have no resources. But
Yeah.
the well opens it up, right? Your possibilities, the way that you have
Grows
never.
those wings.
Yeah, yeah, yes. So
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
I know you've been doing this for decades, all of this work that you do, and you're constantly creating new things. And that's amazing. Where did it start? We talked a little bit about this before we started recording, but where is like can you pinpoint something that like there was the spark that opened up all of this to who you are and where you are and what you do now?
Well, there is actually two moments.
Okay.
And one of them is that I believe I was 13 years old, and I
Oh,
come from a large family. We did a lot of moving, and I finally had my own room, and it was
yeah.
like a skylight here above my, in the ceiling, and I'm sitting at this table for the first time in my own room. I have a notebook and a pen, and I'm still write with fountain pen. That's
Right.
when I always fountain pen, right? And I start writing, and that is when I realized that I had a friend with me, and that I called eventually imaginary friend Monsieur Dubois. He
Oh.
arrived from the woods and came to write with me. That was a very significant moment because I took it for granted he was with me, but later I realized, whoa, you really tell me so many stories.
Mm.
And when I, as an artist, devoted an art show to him,
Mm-hmm.
thinking by the time I'm 30, I need to probably let him go.
Ah.
And I thought I created all these stories for him in sculpture form. And it's interesting because he had more company since then with other
Mm.
guides.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a really pivotal moment realizing that, I'm not doing this alone.
Yeah.
And then later in my 20s, this was when I was in the States, and I started to make art a lot in part of the gallery with my friends. I had 3 whiplashes in 1 year.
Mm.
And they were so severe that I really could not hold my head up, and I
Oh
got
my goodness.
depressed, and I was so sad. And well, it led me to meet Dr. Walker, Brooke Walker, who was at the time 84 years old. He's an osteopath on Nantucket. And he treated me and kept saying, "Whoa, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here." And the first time when he put his hands on me, I felt like a whole world opened up. It
Oh.
started with golden light. And then at one point I grabbed his hand and he said, "Don't touch me." and then and then later when I said, I had all these questions, and then he asked, "Put your hands on my hands." He practiced cranial sacral work.
Yeah.
And that was my door into, because
Okay.
he realized that I could feel what he was doing.
Yeah.
And also he asked, "What do you do with your hands?" And I said, "I make art." And I said, "Oh no, that's not enough, right?" I can remember the little finger. "You need to help people."
Ah.
So he took me in as an apprentice, but that was really not the right route because I'm not a medical doctor. And
Mm-hmm.
he was my big inspirator to go and study holistic health. And I
Yeah.
did many journeys, and I'm forever grateful for those moments.
Yeah.
Maybe Monsieur Dubois was 84 and Dr. Walker 84, and there was a voice teacher 84. No, it's just so I see when I started talking, I followed the spark, I followed the energy.
Yes.
I'm forever grateful for all the people that have, guided
Yeah.
me, and in body or without bodies.
Yeah.
All the souls that inspired me. And
Yeah.
now I'm one to inspire others.
It's just another wheel, isn't it?
Yes,
I
another
love it. It
wheel.
all it all comes back around.
Yes,
That's so amazing. I love it.
yes, yes.
So we are almost done here, and I
Mhm.
know it goes by so quick, and there's so much more you could have said, and I do think we should schedule you to come on another time. But is there anything else that you would like to make sure that people know or make sure that you share today before we end this?
Well, I really would like you to hear, all of us, that if I could just cultivate my inner being as a kind, loving person and trust that the whole universe lives inside me, and I take so good care of it, that means that I take care of the world, right?
Yes.
Because the world lives inside me, and my inner world reflects the outer world.
Yeah.
So when I am frustrated, the world will look frustrated. So I do my practices, right, to be in harmony with myself. And then I can resonate that and, be alignment with the outside. So if I can just pass on anything, take full responsibility for what lives inside you and
Yeah.
share it with us. So
Yeah,
that's
don't
it.
be so shy. Yeah.
Sing your song. Find your
Right, sing your
song.
song. Sing your song. Absolutely. Out loud. I
Find
love
it
that
and
so
sing it.
much. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for being my guest today. And I really appreciate you sharing so much and sharing of yourself and being here today. And everyone, please let's, learn and heal and grow together and share this out. Get this information out to other people. Thanks again.
It's the way of the heart, right?
Yes,
The way of the
yes,
heart. Yes.
absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.